thank you all very much for joining me here because we have got ourselves a 2v2v2 to check out. Playing as the Green Allies, this is HugeTrumpFan. Their teammate in the corner, playing as the Green Soviets, it's Liha1. Meanwhile, playing as the blue team, Double Allies, this is Cena? IBN Cena? And in the middle of the map, their teammate, playing as the abandoned ship, this is Slyrak. And rounding it out, our red-orange team, this is Vodkamir playing the orange, and this is Egyptian Rusher playing the red. So we've got ourselves a 2v2v2, but it is a little bit different. Normally we have that whoever's here is paired up with whoever is here, and then it's the bottom of the map joined together, and then sometimes these two together. So this is slightly different than what we are used to seeing. But blue gonna try and get shut down. I mean, blue is already abandoned the middle of the map, which kind of leaves things open to Leah and HugeTrumpFan, so they can kind of take over the middle of the map. They can also very quickly potentially expand to this top left-hand corner, so that could be a huge advantage for Team Green. Meanwhile, red they're going to be clearing out this area, but they're wasting so much time and money clearing out blue that they are going to be greatly reduced in effectiveness for the first part of this game. And green is actually also sending an expansion towards the water. That's a little bit sneaky. That's a little bit, you're not supposed to be here. This is our area. We agreed to leave the middle of the map and instead go to this little water location. And green is chasing them down, hunting them off to the water. Jabs showing up. Orange and red can't get a break for a second as Cena shows up with a bunch of jabs and will get a kill on a harvester. The conscripts aren't going to be much of a threat to this Riptide, and the peacekeepers as well are going to help get a guaranteed kill on this refinery. Vodkamir, right from the beginning of the game, absolutely dumpstered. I thought he was going to be able to stabilize. I thought Egyptian Rusher and Vodka were going to be able to stabilize and make it work. And we, of course, have one team who hasn't taken very much damage, but seems to be doing a lot of damage, and then one team who is nearly dead. Egyptian Rusher and Vodkamir feel like they are on death's door. Meanwhile, Leah and HugeTrumpFan feel like they have got the world before them. HugeTrumpFan on the island has 6 refineries, which are relatively easy to secure, 4 of them pretty centrally located, and then Leah has this entire corner of the map to potentially take over those oil derricks as well. Vindicator gets some good bombs off, but ultimately all of the, 4 or 5 Javelin troopers still survive. So the Peacekeepers are the main threat, but as soon as the Peacekeepers are gone, this MCV can take more damage from these guys, and the Vindicator did end up going down. Second Vindicator about to pop, and that will be the end of this Riptide, will be the end of this, the easy version of this harass. But man, these Vertigo, oh, he survives! No, he dies! The Riptide dies, but so does the Vindicator. And now these Peacekeepers are trying desperately to clear out these jabs, and they will eventually get it, but not before a couple of more missiles do a bit more damage to that refinery. Vodkamir and Egyptian Rusher just being dumpstered in this game. They are not the ones who got away. Ibn Sina and Slyrak feel like they're in a pretty okay position. Like, they've got multiple refineries to each of them. They're not in a great spot, but at least they do have some amount of income. Actually, no, Slyrak has 2.3k per minute, so he definitely doesn't have very many refineries under his belt. But between the two of them, they have, like, a normal amount of money. However, HugeTrumpFan and Leah both are doubling their income per minute. So those Team Green is essentially doubling Team Blue's income. And Team Blue, they've got an okay position for now, but they won't necessarily be able to hold on to that. Egyptian Rusher and Vodkamir, they are headed for the hills. Vodkamir fortunately had enough cash in the bank that he could get out at least one refinery. He's still got 2K in the bank, so he can still potentially build another refinery, but he's not going to be able to go up onto the high ground, at least not without securing this location first. That's a Tesla coil. Turn around. Where are you going? What is your plan here? You only have 2K in the bank. You can't do a lot with that. Oh. Stasis? Stasis? Is he just going to sell off? What is the plan here? You can't run. This Tesla trooper is going to lock you down. Oh, he might be able to get down the hill. He got down the hill. Okay. Well, the MCV can escape. You can't do anything else, but you can escape. Get away. Run. And okay. Tesla trooper was not able to lock down that MCV. Why did you deploy? Why? Egyptian Rusher. Okay, Egyptian Rusher has a bunch of stuff ready to go, so he will at least have that. Tesla troopers getting sniped. Dogs and peacekeepers will be able to hold this off, and of course, with that multi-gunner turret as well, going to be able to lock that down. Well, that's not something you see very often, is Tesla troopers inside of a building. But now run into the other building. Oh, they almost were able to leapfrog. They were almost able to leapfrog, but they weren't able to make it work. Cena going to be able to use a couple of jabs to break down these buildings. Team Green going up against Team Blue and finding not as much success as they would like. Slyrak has these two refineries here and a third refinery there, it looks like. And then 3 refineries are held by Cena. So they're both going to stabilize around 4K per minute of income. Oil derrick goes to Cena, so that's a little bit of an extra money. And fortunately for Team Blue, Team Green and Team Red are going to be fighting each other now. So you at least have a bit of distraction. Blue has some breathing room, but without taking this water area, Team Blue is never going to be in a very good position financially. They need one more set of refineries at least so that they can go up to 4 refineries apiece just to be normal. I mean, if you think about like a typical 1v1, you get 3 refineries almost a guarantee. Whatever map you're playing on, there will be a third refinery that's reasonably, that you're able to reasonably defend. And then that 4th refinery, that one is a bit of a question mark. But typically you can get 4 refineries. You just can't hold them easily if you have an aggressive opponent. So getting to those 4 refineries is pretty normal on a 1v1. And when you're in a big team game like this, where your opponents have so many more refineries, you really do need those 4 refineries just to be normal. And if you're sitting on 3 refineries, you're at 4K per minute versus the 9K and 12K per minute that your opponents have. HugeTrumpFan and Leah both floating 4-5 grand in the bank, but that's not necessarily the biggest deal when you're producing as much as these two are and you're fighting the kind of battles that these two are fighting, because they are going to be using that bank. They're just not using it all right this second. Riptide's moving forward. If these Riptides are loaded with the jabs, they might be able to do a little bit of damage, but they're also going to have to contend with the bases, the infrastructure that has been created. You love to see the Kirov, and these flak troopers are maybe not well equipped to deal with this Kirov, but fortunately, the MCV has already run for the hills, and the Harvester is dead apparently, but that refinery should be the next target of that Kirov. He should have gone for the refinery first if he had realized it. Riptide's loaded with jabs, an extremely dangerous proposition, but they aren't going to... why aren't these conscripts attacking these jabs? They can shut down this attack. They have to deal with the Riptide, but that's what these flak troopers are for, the multi-gunner turret as well. And this Tesla coil is going to help hold off this section of the map. Meanwhile, the Athena cannon's continuing to burn down everything here. And HugeTrumpFan, well, he is not going to be very happy about these Athena cannons knocking down all of his aircraft carriers. One by one, those Athena cannons might get broken down, but for the current moment, they are having a good time of killing everything that's out on the water. And the Athena cannon Well, it actually outranges the shrunken down aircraft carrier. I believe the aircraft carrier outranges the Athena cannon normally, but if it's shrunken down, then the Athena cannon can win that fight. And the aircraft carrier drone's going to be landing. They're bigger than the aircraft carrier itself when they land, and it's shrunken down like that. Another EMP gets fired off, going to help lock down those Athena cannons. Heroic Athena cannon, though. That Athena cannon needs to be dealt with by HugeTrumpFan. Needs to get some shots off onto it. Cryo shot going to be firing off, hoping to shut down both of those naval yards. Return fire cryo shot will be forcing the Aegis shield, and the freeze did not happen. So it's going to be up to the cryocopters to try and make that work. Athena cannons burning down those aircraft carriers together. And the jabs onto the middle of the map. They're onto the high ground, and the Peacekeeper's able to kill off one jab, but not the others. And meanwhile, Vodkamir, he's down to $800, so I guess build a barracks, and then, oh, there's crates. I didn't realize, so technically he could come back in this game if he got a couple of money crates. He's only got $888. Great spot to sit at. But I was thinking you build a barracks and then you sell the MCV so you can at least produce something. But yeah, there's money crates, so technically hope springs eternal in some sense. And then the other option is try and build 2 engineers and steal an oil derrick. Repair the bridge, steal an oil derrick, and then you've got a little bit of income, and maybe HugeTrumpFan won't notice. But Blue taking over the water. Okay. Blue starting to make a comeback here. And I assumed there were going to be more Kirovs. I assumed that one Kirov wasn't going to be it, but honestly, it looks like that one Kirov was it. So, Team Red finding a corner of the map to stabilize in. Green is not rushing, running forward with a lot of infantry. Flak troopers getting caught in the beams there. And the Aegis shield is nice, but you need something behind it to actually deal with this stuff. Twin blades would be a huge help to all of this infantry, because there's a couple of Riptides and there's some Athena cannons as well that can burn down all of these units. Maybe slow, but they will knock out all of these flak troopers, especially when they all line up. And the Riptide not going to be able to save that one Athena cannon, but should be able to save the others. A Riptide absorbing a decent amount of damage there, and the Athena cannons will knock down everything else. Here's the Kirovs. They made their way across the map. They headed for the south, and now they're going to be able to shut down these expansions. The Aegis shield is good, but it doesn't last forever, and the bombs drop. There's not much to defend him. Second Aegis shield, that was almost perfect with the jabs and the IFBs underneath it. It was almost perfect, but it's not meant to be. As the Athena cannon gets broken down, the Kirov survives, makes double vet, and will be eliminated. Hands off that veterancy status to that multi-gunner turret who is gone heroic. And now Green, they find themselves fighting both red and blue at the same time. And, well, they've got a huge amount of income. They've got a huge income advantage. They're more than doubling everyone else, all of the other teams. So it is still Team Green. But sort of their one path to losing this game is if Team Green fights Team Red and Team Blue at the same time, and continues just trading away units against people who are in defensive postures, losing. That's the only way for them to really lose the game, is if they blow through all of their initial amounts in the ore mines. They blow through all of those amounts, and they don't actually kill one of the other teams. Which is kind of what it's looking like is going to happen. All right, Laser Lock has landed on this refinery. We'll make short work of it, forcing the sell-off. And I mean, Athena cannons, yeah, Slyrak and Cena have less than half the income of their opponents. They have about a quarter of the income. No, they've got half of the income of the green team combined. But Athena cannons are very powerful when used correctly, so it could still work out. Cryo Shot is going to lock down Natasha. Won't get the APOC, but it kind of doesn't matter. The Riptide just shreds everything else that matters, and only a Conscript really survives from that area. These 3 APOCs need to get over there. They need to crush these Athena cannons. You cannot wait for the Athena cannons because they will pick off the APOC tanks one by one. And okay, the APOCs are close enough that they can start magnetic harpooning them and deal with the Athena cannons that way. Athena cannons. Is this magnetic singularity? No, it's going to be the orbital drop coming in. EMP lands on those APOC tanks. If that had happened a minute ago, if that EMP had been able to... Wait, where did that EMP come from? Okay, so he used the infinite EMP range bug, which again would be a problem if this was a tournament game. But in this case, they're able to get away with it. Athena cannons, yeah, if they have EMP'd APOCs, it's easy. Yeah, when the APOCs stop moving, the Athena cannon damage is just so massive. Trying to decide which targets. Athena cannon targeting dolphins, not something you see very often. An Egyptian rusher has gone for, I don't know, 3 airfields worth of Vindicators? Maybe only 2, yeah, 3 airfields. Mostly Vindicators, but 9 Vindicators in total. Cryo Shot going to be firing off. Maybe it'll freeze one of the... Nope, doesn't freeze anything. The timing was bad there. Athena Cannon needs to get another shot. This is a fully heroic APOC tank. You got to slow it down. You got to stop it from coming forward. And, well, the shrink can happen, and then the freeze as well. So this APOC tank can break down those walls very, very quickly because he's so heroic. But the Athena Cannon gets the kill. There's 3 more APOC tanks behind that, and the parade push just keeps coming. The occasional APOC tank mixed into this army. And the magnetic harpoon has finally found that Athena Cannon. There's the crush that comes in. And it looks like Team Green hasn't been held at bay. Those Athena Cannons, when they get the lineup, just 1 heroic Athena Cannon. I thought that was 2 heroic Athena cannons. Yeah, if the combination of Athena cannons and cryocopters had been slightly different, then it actually could have been just dead APOCs. I mean, so many of these APOCs have already died. And actually, that one shrunk down also dies. Yeah, nope. That's 3 more APOC tanks dead. There's so few APOC tanks left in this army. Just slowly pushing them out across the map. There's 2 more back at home. Team Green is actually losing that ground fight, having to turn back. And I mean, yeah, he got both of the refineries. So Leah killed off both refineries. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal to retake those refineries. Team Blue, they're a tough nut to crack. And Team Red has had so much time to rebuild. Has anything happened? Oh, 1 refinery was deployed. All right, I didn't see when it happened, but... Vodkamir either used cashback, maybe he had a cashback ability and the Vindicators were able to snipe something. You get $500 cashback on the oil derrick, so maybe there were a couple of things that he got cashback on, or... Oh, I just had a thought. Can you... I guess Egyptian Rusher could build like a couple of power plants in a little group and then activate cashback and then bomb them all out. And I think Vodkamir would get cash back from that. Aircraft carriers getting frozen. 2 of them are in the danger zone. 1 gets frozen. Both get frozen as the Dolphins come in. They themselves are going to be potentially under threat. But nope, they get the surround on the other aircraft carrier, and that is a lot of Dolphins. They're going to be able to burst down these aircraft carriers, eliminate them from the game. And, well, the multi-gunner turret is going to do a little bit of damage. But 1 aircraft carrier does survive. And these Vindicators have actually bombed out this section of the map. They've cleared out that refinery, unless there was no refinery that ever got built there. But Sentry Bombers now being sent from Team Blue into the island, into the middle of the map, as these flak troopers and conscripts run it forward and hope for the best. EMP lands on the APOC, and another dead APOC sent to the front line. When you don't have something nimble, you know, twin blades or something else, you know, if you have V4s, then you can at least get the shots against the buildings. But when you don't deal with the cryocopters, you don't have any bullfrogs, you don't have any MiGs, you don't have any twin blades to run out to the water to kill off these aircraft carriers, then this is what happens to the army. You're sending APOC tanks essentially undefended. It's conscripts and it's flak troopers. These are not robust late-game units. And I mean, I do get bored of watching 80,000 twin blades just run all over the map, but twin blades are good units. At least build some. Bullfrogs are good units. At least build some. Dolphins getting bombed by sentry bombers. Not something we see very often. They get the harvester. They get the assault destroyer. They're going to get the refinery as well. Perhaps the Athena cannon trying to burn down those dolphins. And no, they don't get the refinery. They do save the refinery. And these APOC tanks, I don't know how many APOC tanks have been built, but it looks like they finally will crack blue. They will finally break through to the main part of the base. Cryogeddon fires off. A huge amount of this area is just being absorbed by the building. And the building does actually freeze, so maybe he can clear out that build radius. And this one Peacekeeper going to push forward and just kill off all of these units. Gets himself a double vet status, gets into the building, and another APOC tank goes down. And that Peacekeeper goes heroic as he kills off that terror drone. And APOC tanks, even when they're shrunk down, they do absorb a lot of damage from Peacekeepers. 4 heroic Peacekeepers, if you count the one in the building over here. That's a lot of hero Peacekeepers. We have our first super weapon 21 minutes into the game, and around 27.5 minutes into the game, we will have our first super weapon potentially activated. 360k total resources gathered by Team Green. Team Red are at 80k total resources gathered. Between the two of them, 90k. Okay, 90. Meanwhile, Team Blue, they're at 180,000 total resources gathered. So, Team Green doubling Team Blue in total resources gathered. But Team Green is fighting on multiple fronts. And you notice Team Green has just been focused on fighting Team Blue. They have pretty much let Team Red do whatever they want. And again, this is the only way that Team Green dies, is this war of attrition on multiple fronts. Just so much wasted cash everywhere. And to be honest, Team Green still has 16 grand in the bank, so they can afford to waste money and still bounce back from it. But sooner or later, they're gonna that one Athena cannon crushing 2 APOC tanks. Sooner or later, Team Green is going to run out of the green, and they're not going to have anything left to rebuild these armies with. And this is almost comical at this point, how much damage, how much they have lost. And, well, the Cryogeddon is going to fire off. It will force this army to turn around. It will freeze a handful of flaks and conscripts. And the flaks, I mean, yeah, they do decent damage versus the cryocopters, but there's no bullfrogs, there's no MiGs. There's hardly any anti-air here. I mean, there's multi-gunner turrets, but MiGs and twin blades could go a huge ways in actually cleaning up these fights. You don't have to build 80,000 twin blades. You don't have to go 5 airfield. But 2 airfields with this much cash would be worth it. Well, Slyrak also with some super weapons of his own. He can't necessarily match the spending of Team Green, but he can at least get his own super weapons. I'm actually kind of surprised Leah hasn't built any super weapons. Vacuum imploder would be nice. Oh, that would have been so sick if this game was different. That could have been so amazing. Swapped places, the chrono swap ability, so incredibly rare to see it used. Uses it to chrono swap with a Riptide and then get the aircraft carrier back for repairs. Absolutely massive. And anyway, Iron Curtain is now here. Vacuum imploder as well. That was actually a sick that was a sick chrono swap. It's been a long time since a chrono swap was actually useful, and that one was amazing. APOC tank. Another dead APOC tank. Is Natasha still here? No, Natasha got sniped, it seems like. So, there was a Natasha out on the map, but not anymore. Another Cryogeddon. Mostly just catching infantry. Oh no, Natasha's back here. So, she was rebuilt after getting sniped by, I don't know, cryocopters or something. Oh my gosh, this one APOC tank. He can't kill that Peacekeeper. Vodkamir! 2 refineries. This dude, he's going for it big time. And Cryogeddon on the undefended flank. Gonna get the refineries, the barracks, maybe the tier 3 as well. Yep, he's gonna get the tier 3. Yeah, this is how Vodkamir gets his cash. Oh, he missed the refinery kill. Could have had 3. Missed it, barely. And no, the high ground Tesla coil. The high ground Tesla coil. All right, Team Blue, have they finally actually been cracked? Because no, I think they're gonna be able to hold once the aircraft carriers get in range. Another frozen refinery. All right, Chronosphere is ready. Team Green can honestly killing aircraft carriers might be the way to go. I'm not sure. Or do you delete one of these like APOCs? Delete the APOC so the Riptides can deal with everything else easier. And well, that Tesla coil is gone now. Chronosphere is ready to be used. APOC tank kills the Riptides. Conscript's going to keep on pushing. Less than 1 minute until the Proton Collider is ready to go. Spectrum Tower, I'm not sure how that's going to do. EMP lands on 1 APOC, so actually the Spectrum Tower will do all right because it doesn't have to deal with 2 APOCs and a bunch of infantry. It just has to deal with 1 APOC moving in. Well, the Spectrum Tower couldn't even deal with the flak troopers, so I guess it doesn't matter. Chronosphere was used on something. Might have been... I don't see as many aircraft carriers, so I'm going to guess that's what it was. Otherwise, something else killed the 2 aircraft carriers. Made it just down to 1. 20 seconds until the Proton Collider. Massive amount of beacons from Egyptian Rusher. He's worried about something. And, well, actually, where is it? Okay, it is over here. Maybe he's trying to make a run for it. Egyptian Rusher. Does he have enough Vindicators to go for the kill? I'm not sure. All right, Proton Collider. Iron Curtain on top of the APOC tank, absorbing that damage. Proton Collider, lots of potential targets. Could go for the naval yards to try and eliminate them. Could try to punish Team Red. It's going to be right on the War Factory. Takes out the War Factory, takes out a couple of power plants, and kills that heroic Peacekeeper inside the building. This APOC still trying to bust through the front line. The second... Oh, the aircraft carrier gets him. The second War Factory survives the Proton Collider onslaught. And less than 2 minutes until the next super weapon is ready to go. Proton Collider from Team Blue and a Vacuum Imploder from Team Green. Wow, HugeTrumpFan has been blasted in the middle of the map. Team Red has just been bringing the pain. And HugeTrumpFan doesn't have a whole lot left in the middle. Wow, massive satellite drop from Team Red. Vodkamir saved his MCV so long ago and actually will be able to utilize it with all of those support powers during the course of this game. I'm not sure what that was. Well, froze down the buildings, not actually going to be able to kill them off. A bit unfortunate for Team Red. Team Green, they're at 440,000 total resources gathered. That is so much cash. Another Cryogeddon, and it's going to be the Chrono Rift to save those buildings. Proton Collider desperately close to being frozen. It was a double Cryogeddon. I didn't realize it was the double. Team Blue calling in the double Cryogeddon. And the single time bomb. The lowest tier time bomb has the shortest countdown, which means boom goes everything. And the super reactor being close enough to get the splash damage, the follow-up. Little extra damage there, the Proton Collider. Assault Destroyer. riffs the Javs out, cancels the laser lock on them. Dolphins and Apollos in formation. Team Green, they have pretty much spent their bank. They're now at 2.4 and 2.8k of income. So it is it's not a lot of money per minute. They've spent their banks. They have slaughtered their resources, slaughtered their forces. Proton Collider finds its spot. War Factory, Barracks, Refinery, Tier 3, all gone. Leah losing a massive amount of infrastructure there, but the vacuum imploder is ready for the counterattack. Scanner sweep comes in. Honestly, I don't know where you use the vacuum imploder. I guess you have to use it on buildings because no one really has like a massive army. You could have used it on the airfield when these sentry bombers were there. It'll be on the water. Get 2 refineries for it. All right. Forces the sell-off of them. There we go. Gets the cash back as well, so that was actually pretty good. Sentry bombers, they may be a little bit too late to the party, but they can take a huge chunk out of the vacuum imploder. I wish there was a manual button on the sentry bombers where they dropped all of their bombs in one go. You could just drop everything on a single target. I'm sure it would make them overpowered, but it would be massive damage, and it would be fun to do. Magnetic singularity on top of the aircraft carriers. So many different ways to cancel the aircraft carrier drones and just kill them all. Satellite drop. No, it was just a Tesla coil cancel. I don't know what happened there. Tesla coil got blown up. Dolphins targeting that aircraft carrier, and Chronosphere on the Dolphins up to the high ground. You actually don't need to, I think you can just Chronosphere them anywhere and it kills them because they're biological. Nice. Use the Chrono Rift to freeze them in place and then call in and I guess cancel their move commands and then call in the Precision Bomber. Iron Curtain to save the vacuum imploder. But not forever, because Tanya is here. The walls come in, but when you don't have the cash... Oh, actually, the wall placement was bad. The Harvester goes down as well. Time belts backwards as Tanya clears up the base. Green still have an okay position because they've managed to hold on to these water refineries, but they're not in a good spot. How many Soviet infantry can Tanya kill? The Flax will kill this Riptide very quickly. Well, that was anticlimactic. You need Tanya to kill all of the Flax, and you need the Riptide to deal with the Bears and the Conscripts. That was not it. That was not the way to do that. But, you know, you got the whole base with Tanya, so it's okay if she dies. At the end there. Egyptian Rusher and Vodkamir. You know, normally I would say they're like the underdog, but honestly, they're kind of in the same spot as almost everyone else. Everyone has about the same income per minute. Actually, Team Red has the best income per minute. They just also have the least total resources gathered, but so many of all of the resources that have been gathered before the last couple of minutes are mostly off the map because they've been destroyed. You know, there's some amount of infrastructure still standing. Chronosphere ready. Proton Collider ready. Where do you even fire it? Catching aircraft on the deck is definitely a good spot. There's a stealth reveal. From who? I don't know exactly. Proton Collider. Lands. Gets, I think, the stuff on the deck. Nice. Does some damage. Well, you know. Does something. I thought there was going to be a follow-up. I thought maybe there was going to be a second time bomb or something. Chronosphere is ready. Second Chronosphere is ready. Different Chronosphere was already used. And, well, there goes that airfield. Aircraft carriers to kill the Javs. And, yeah. Honestly, it's still anyone's game. Tanya! Did Tanya die? I think, yeah, Tanya died. Okay. Tanya got Chronosphered. That was a good use of a Chronosphere. Riptide clears everything else up. And, well, the Proton Collider survives, but I'm not sure how much longer it will really last in this game. Frozen Naval Yards. Chrono Rift on the Dolphins to deny them from killing that stuff that's frozen. Yeah, Egyptian Rusher sent all of these Dolphins in and also froze down both of the naval yards. But then the Dolphins got Chrono Rifted, and you can't move them when they're rifted. So that was the end of that. Peacekeepers get the kill on the refinery. Yeah, still anyone's game with how this is gone. Slyrak ready to go. Proton Collider. I don't know if he sees all of this. That's a lot of flax. That's a decent amount of cash in flax that have been built. But also maybe you use it against Team Red. The other Proton Collider is still 5 minutes away. Yeah, that's so many flax. Killing them off, I mean, it would be, you know, it wouldn't solve any problem right now, but it would kill off. It would allow you to... Peacekeeper! It wouldn't solve any problem right now, but it would allow you to kill a huge amount of infrastructure. And the Peacekeeper gets eliminated. Well, it got used somewhere. What did he blow up? This? Oh, yeah, he used it on top of the MCV. Oh, they got a 1-2 punch going on. What are they calling in? Precision bomber? What was the plan here? No, that was the Proton Collider flare. All right, well, MCV survives. They do some massive damage. Maybe if they had a bombing run to go with it. Oh. Satellite drop as well. Tanya, where's she going? Where's she going? Can she get inside? Yes, save yourself. Gets the super reactor. And Tanya's now heroic, which means she can heal up. Can she get into the building? Oh, she doesn't need to. She gets everything. And the Peacekeeper inside of the building helps get the kill. Tanya goes down, but Team Green has been gutted by Team Blue, by the two-sided war that they were fighting. You fight a war on two fronts, you tend to lose that war, even when you have the huge income advantage. HugeTrumpFan with 12K in the bank. Vodkamir and Egyptian Russia, they have spent all of their cash, but slowly but surely taking over more and more of the map. And it's going to be the Twin Blades. The Twin Blades are going to be what wins the day. It's always the Twin Blades on Carville. Never bet against the Twin Blades. Everyone is still in the game. What was that Chronosphere? Are they trying to save something? Tried to snipe the blue Peacekeepers as they're coming in. Oh, unless you've got two. Do you have two? There's two. There's the second Cryo Blast get in. The Peacekeepers are going to freeze. The MCV is, I think, still in range. You need two to freeze an MCV. Gets it! The Cryo get in with the MCV in range. And that one heroic Peacekeeper. And the Precision Bomber as the follow-up. Team Blue, brutal with those support powers. Brutal usage of those support powers. Twin Blades moving in. Going for the snipe on the power plants. Honestly, a really good plan. You need quite a few more power plants to actually take the power offline, but yeah, one multi-gunner turret, you can deal with that, no problem. Athena cannon, Aegis shield does get popped. You might need to wait for it to expire. Gonna fight it out regardless. There's only 3 or 4 twin jabs, so it's not that much damage. A lot of these twin blades taking damage, but they're only at yellow health bars, so they're kind of okay. Another multi-gunner turret right on the edge of range there. 2 proton colliders and a... Oh, nice use of that toxin drop. I thought there was a barracks there, but no, it's just 2 power plants. Slyrak stands alone as Cena has been defeated. One of our blue allied players was the first one out of the game. Team Green still in it. Team Red still in it. Multi-gunner turret. IFV plus a multi-gunner turret. A powerful combo against twin blades. But there's enough twin blades to knock it all down. Get the war factory. So few twin blades remain. 2 of them are heroic. 2 are double vet. Chronosphere ready to go. But it's still 2 minutes until the proton collider. Green with the strike back. The counterattack of massive amounts of flak troopers. And the Flax will be able to deal with these twin blades if they actually turn their guns on them. Toxins his own units! No! I thought that was a green flare. I would have swore that that was a green flare. And he toxins his own units. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that wasn't a green flare. Maybe that was an orange flare and I just missed it. But I thought that was a green flare. And he just toxin dropped his own units. The twin blades survive. 2 of them heroic. Can he go 3 heroic? 3 heroic twin blades. 1 chronosphere has survived, but so few other units have. Egyptian Rusher and Vodkamir. And the bullfrogs get sent. Where do the bullfrogs get sent to? I don't know. I guess the cliffs somewhere? Where do you send bullfrogs? On top of buildings? Because obviously they're amphibious, so you can't just send them to the water. I don't know where those bullfrogs went. But they get cleaned up. Twin blades going through the middle of the map. And yeah, pull the twin blades back and they never got all of these buildings. So the conscripts get the kill. 2 heroic conscripts. The conscripts get the kill and yep. Vodkamir. He's got the right idea. I mean, if Leah had built twin blades like 20 minutes ago, then it probably actually would have turned out. It would have been all right. But instead, Vodkamir ends up building only twin blades. Vodkamir now leading the map with 5.3k of income per minute. A massive amount of income, actually, compared to everyone else. Number 2 is Leah with 3.3k per minute. Which is 3 refineries? Oh yeah, and these refineries haven't been depleted. At least one of them hasn't. Yeah. And an oil derrick. Lee's doing great on income. 2 depleted refineries, 1 regular refinery. Well, I guess that income per minute is about to hit the floor. As the harvester goes down. 1 more volley. Oh no. Needed 1 more volley after that. Not able to do it. 6 more twin blades up there. Those will get corralled down at some point. 1 minute until the next chronosphere. If blue is still even around to do anything. MCV with nothing to defend it. Now that's not something you see very often. The target they are aiming for got chrono rifted. So now all of the missiles get it as well. Saves the IFVs. There we go. I guess Egyptian Rusher did that. Egyptian Rusher did that to help the twin blades. Twin Blades caught between a rock and a hard place. They're going to just have to jump on those IFVs and make it work. And indeed, they do make it work. War Factory not guarded by that multi-gunner turret, and before the next IFV can emerge, the War Factory will go down. Vodkamir with the massive damage from the Twin Blades, just killing everything off. Vindicators come in, clean up that multi-gunner turret. Slyrak, Tier 3 allied MCV, basically undefended at this point. Honestly, Twin Blades could go for the kill. Another MCV. Vodkamir goes from having nothing to now building, I believe, a second MCV. Maybe he craned. He built a crane. He crushed his first MCV. And now he's rebuilding his MCV. Although I feel like I've seen him use some support powers, so he would have an MCV for that. But I don't see his MCV. Maybe it got stolen somehow? I don't know. He's built an MCV now. 3 heroic Twin Blades make it back. Make it back to base. Engineer gets killed off by a Peacekeeper. I don't know what that engineer was for, what he was hoping to accomplish. Twin Blades find the airfield. They find the crane. Team Red transforming from the underdogs to the favorites as HugeTrumpFan has been defeated, leaving Leah alone just like Slyrak. Well, conscripts on the high ground. Man, those heroic Molotov cocktails. Leah and Slyrak in a 1v1v2. Leah basically just on the middle of the map. MCV down here. 1K. 1K in a crate. We didn't expect it, but it actually is turning into the Twin Blade game. Power plant, oil derrick, a couple of refineries, multi-gunner turret. Once again, Chrono Rift activates. I guess for this one we can stay to watch what happens to the missiles. Do they just expire or do they actually land when the Chrono Rift expires? Okay, they just kind of fall to the ground. That's interesting. We didn't get to see if they do any damage, but they just sort of fall down to the ground and just explode on the ground, I guess. All right, MCV is gone. What do we got? We've got a multi-gunner turret there, a refinery, so no production facilities left for blue. And it is about to be a 2v1. Oil derrick will explode. Team Blue, the first ones out. Leah, not, I don't think, going to be able to do that. Nope. GG gets called. Leah has been defeated. And that is that. Carville all wrapped up here. And, well, we got the goofy graphs as well. Huge amount of money from Team Green. 512,000 was their combined total resources gathered. And then you have the winners who were at 240,000. So still down 260K. That was crazy. And Team Blue ended up at about 300K. So Team Red, who ended up winning, had the least total resources gathered. But of course, that's partially because Green and Blue wasted, like 200K fighting each other, and just to ultimately have nothing happen because of it. And well, that is it for that game. Welcome back to Carville for an FFA. We have got ourselves a whole mix and a match. Some people playing random, and some people playing an FFA on Carville. So it's sure to be chaotic, because in the north, this is Pershik. Scrolling down the right side, we have as the Red Empire. This is ANF. The two trapped on the island together. They're going to have to find a way to work together, even though it's an FFA, so they're going to fight. This is HelloBaby. And also on the island, the Purple Soviets. This is Fear 222. Meanwhile, let's go down to the southern edge of the map. It's the Blue Allies. This is the Deeper. And meanwhile, in the top left-hand corner, this is GreenAlert. How did Fortune Chaos... Fortune Chaos, thank you for the raid. How are you raiding twice in one stream with two different groups of viewers? That, you raided 2 hours ago, and now again, just now. I don't understand how you raided the stream twice, or why, rather, what the purpose of raiding the stream twice would be. But I guess thank you. Thank you for doing that. I like the idea that, like, he was streaming, and then raided, and then left, and I'm still streaming, so he came back and ended his second stream. Ah, okay, all right. You stopped streaming, and then you were streaming Red Alert 2, and that just ended, so now you're back over here. That's funny. That is kind of funny. We're still doing the same thing. We've been doing this the whole time. Actually, the first time you raided, we were streaming Kane's Wrath. But now we're streaming some Red Alert 3. Still subscriber replay day, as this bridge is being targeted. HelloBaby with the massive wall, but currently only one refinery here. And the bridge does get knocked down, tumbles into the water. The other bridge gets eliminated as well. So welcome, Fortune Chaos, May Bizid. Welcome to the Red Alert 3 side of the stream. I don't know what Red Alert 2 stuff you were just watching, so this may or may not be more entertaining, but it is going to be chaotic, almost certainly. I didn't even realize the Deeper has already been defeated. So we're out one player. We're down to just 5. I wonder if this works. No, okay, that doesn't work. We have to keep it that way. All right, so the Deeper is out. We're into 5 players. I'm guessing it was a disconnect, but maybe not. I wasn't paying attention, so maybe Zed. I wasn't paying attention, so you know, maybe something else happened. Pershik taking himself 4 refineries along the top edge of the map. Gets himself 2 oil derricks as well. About to have 3 oil derricks. So Pershik in a very good spot in terms of total resources gathered. He's going to be pretty comfortable. Can also take these refineries reasonably comfortable, but also might not want to fight the naval battle. Now that's something. Okay, good. I was like, is this going to glitch out where both engineers go into the same building and essentially capture it twice? But no, the second engineer did. Oh, Zed, yes, I do actually know you from Red Alert 2. I did not realize you were the same person, but it's been a while since I've seen you in Red Alert 2, because I haven't been in Red Alert 2 very much, but what's up? Well, HelloBaby not doing too well. HelloBaby more like hello Tesla, because that coil is embracing you with warm electric death, which is not something you typically want to be embraced by. Where's the MCV? Seriously, where is Yellow's MCV? Because currently Yellow has like a barracks and a couple of power plants, and there must be an MCV somewhere. This one Javelin soldier, he's going to laser lock down that entire MCV by himself. Go for the kill. Yeah, this MCV is just going to keep driving out of range and denying the laser lock. GreenAlert also in a pretty good spot now. 3 oil derricks plus 4 refineries. GreenAlert also playing allies instead of his typical Soviets. And Riptide's going to be going for the target on those refineries. And, well, that is a very dead base. So Pershik suddenly not doing too hot. Pershik, not as many oil derricks as he would like. Not as many refineries as he would like. Meanwhile, A&F, 6 refineries to the Empire player. Possibly 8 very soon. Although the oil derrick is already gone. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Missing out on that oil derrick money. But everything else is looking pretty good for A&F. So this very quickly could become a 4-player game. HelloBaby might be forced out very, very soon. I'm just looking around the map for a yellow dot. expecting to see a MCV somewhere, but I don't know that HelloBaby can actually build anything. GreenAlert looking to knock down Pershik. Not all of the Peacekeepers got eliminated by the dog, which means these jabs didn't have to stop targeting. And the Riptide's going to try and body block this Harvester away. Goodbye to that Harvester. Nicely done by GreenAlert. Body blocks with the Riptide, is able to survive with everything else. And the barracks is going to be getting shut down by this satellite drop. Man, if the RNG was really, really bad there, that tier 1 satellite drop, they tend to drop in a pretty tight cluster, so you're really never going to see them be so awful that they would not kill a barracks. I think they're always tight enough of a cluster that they would kill a barracks. And Peacekeeper jumps inside of that multi-gunner turret, forcing an evacuation, but the Riptide goes down. Nicely handled there by Pershik. He lost a ton. GreenAlert definitely got his money's worth, killing the refinery, power plants, killing other stuff. I'm sure maybe a war factory got eliminated or an airfield, something like that. Pershik being just absolutely dumpstered, but still is here. Unlike HelloBaby, who I think is actually dead, has oil derrick, no barracks though. So like the oil derrick and the barracks, you can stay in the game forever. Make engineers, make peacekeepers, javelins, you can win a game off of that. But this Peacekeeper going for that super reactor. Conscript's going to be able to clean out that Javelin soldier. This Peacekeeper going for that MCV, and it's right on the edge of the damage trigger that triggers that the debris explosion. All right, purple, green, red, orange. Those are soon to be the four that remain in this game. We'll see. Maybe orange is also out. Maybe it's going to be red, purple, green. But orange still finding some strength. He got knocked back, but he is not out. He's on 2 refineries, which ordinarily we would say is very bad. Oh, I didn't even realize purple has 10 grand in the bank. That is not ideal to be sitting on 10 grand when you're in this kind of a situation. But the super reactor did survive, so at least we have the super reactor. And GreenAlert making good use of his 6 refineries, 5.5. We'll call it 5.5 because this one's placed a little bit far away. And normally we'd call that out as a mistake, but I think he's done that to avoid damage from the high ground. Although I feel like it's still close enough to laser lock. I guess Fear doesn't have laser lock, but V4s can definitely get it. But V4s you're not really going to be able to protect against unless you put it on land. Athena Cannon is about to get frozen. Aegis Shield doesn't pop. What is nearby to actually get the kill? Pershik has a couple of... Nothing's jumping out of the buildings. A couple of Peacekeepers, maybe a couple of jabs, but neither one is actually going for it. Sentry Bombers going super deep into enemy territory. Possibly a Tanya drop? If so, I mean, if not, then... that's a long way to fly just to kill a refinery. Wow, that's a long way to fly just to kill a refinery. And he's not back at home to drop ANF, who's sent a bunch of Tengus and Chopper VXs. I completely forgot there was even an Empire player in this game because nothing has happened in the red corner of the map. But this guy has 8 refineries under his control. He's at tier 2, which, you know, he should be at tier 84 by this point. He's got a psionic decimator. He's got tier 3 a possibility. He's only tier 1 on that mecha bay. He's got a tier 2 mecha bay over here instead. And he's got a bunch of tank busters. He's got a bunch of everything. And now GreenAlert is definitely concerned for his life. He's got a war factory up here, so he can rebuild that MCV. He can hope that red turns his attention elsewhere. But GreenAlert and Pershik are about to be in a very similar economic situation of just sitting on a couple of refineries. Fresh expansion potentially coming up here for GreenAlert. The other nice advantage that GreenAlert has is those 3 oil derricks, which will just keep chugging away for as long as he happens. HelloBaby finally did leave the game, resulting in just 4 players remaining in this FFA. A&F at plus 12k per minute. GreenAlert currently at 9k per minute, but that's about to drop as his refineries have all been cleaned up. And Fear also at 9.5k per minute, so he's going to be reasonably comfortable on this map. He's going to be reasonably happy with how he is set up. And then, yeah, Perishik, he's down at 2K, well, 3K per minute with his 2 refineries working away. GreenAlert didn't lose his MCV. Honestly, I don't know why. What did the Tengus and the Choppers stop attacking? I think they could have killed off this entire section of the map, and honestly, that's 17K and that's 15K. That's 32,000 between those 2 refineries. That is a good place to go to. Nicely done. That is a good place to go to set up a new couple of refineries. Tengu's going to go for the big transform. This is Tank Busters and Imperial Warriors packaged along with the deal as well. But the Tengus could have killed off this whole base by themselves. They don't even need the Strikers in the sky either. But the Tank Busters and the Strikers make it a much faster job to execute. MCV rebuild hasn't happened already. Actually, I'm kind of surprised no, it did. It did already happen. He's got 2 MCVs. Perishik has been defeated, and now GreenAlert needs to rush over into this corner. So now there's 3 players, and GreenAlert needs to get into this corner so that he can take those 2 refineries and be back up to 6 refineries, because 4 refineries, 3 oil derricks is nice, but you are contending with a 8 refinery, possibly a 10 refinery Empire player. Yeah, if he takes these 2 refineries, that's 10 refineries for this Empire player. And he's actually spending all of it. He's got 100K, and he's got $600 in the bank. He's harvested 100K total resources, and he's got like $600 in the bank, which is just massive spend on his army, on his infrastructure, on his technology. He's got tier 3 Imperial docks, tier 3 Mecha Bay, making massive numbers of Tengus, massive numbers of everything. The Strikers are going to be able to find a crane, find a super reactor, find everything. Shogun battleships are on the backup as well. Always got those Shoguns moving around the map, looking for new targets, new refineries to target. Akula subs show up. ANF, pretty much the only way he loses this game, fighting too many battles at once. That's a lot of twin blades. These Tengus and these Strikers are going to have a field day with those twin blades when they eventually get over to them. Flaks could be inside of this building. You see 1 flak on the ground. It kind of makes you cautious that maybe there's a bunch of flaks nearby. No real MiGs, though, so no big fight for the Tengus if there aren't flaks in these buildings. And, well, that's 5 more flaks hanging out outside of the buildings, which makes me think that it's just flaks inside of those buildings. And since you're playing Empire, you don't have a toxin drop. You do have a psionic decimator, which could indeed be utilized here. Clear out all of those buildings, send in the Tengus after. Satellite drop on the refinery. Takes it most of the way down, but not all of the way down, and the Akula subs can finish it off pretty darn easily. Shogun battleships are ready to go. Psionic decimator is ready to go as well. And could be anywhere. Could be on top of these twin blades. Could be, clear out the buildings, do some damage to the MCV, send everything else in to finish. Refinery goes down. Ultra torpedoes land their shots. And it looks like that naval yard tier 3 Imperial docks has also been eliminated. Lots of targets, potential targets for this psionic decimator. And the multi-gunner turret gets the kill on the Sputnik. This would also be a good target for that psionic decimator, but I don't think he has eyes on this. Would really take out a huge chunk of that army. A&F, the big evil in this game. GreenAlert gets forces the sell-off of that refinery. Was going to be 10 refineries. Now it's just a measly 9 refineries until he rebuilds this one. A paltry 9 refineries. Harvester would actually be the quickest way to deal with that Peacekeeper. And he does. He does eventually. A&F gets a free pass in this game. Basically past like the 10-minute mark. Hardly anyone attacked A&F. Oh, these bullfrogs. They're just going to chew up these Tengus. Protect the twin blades. Protect the twin blades at all cost. Twin blades are going to be able to find at least 1 Shogun battleship. Maybe they'll get 2. Maybe they'll get 3. Psionic decimator. That's a big miss. A big miss on the Psionic Decimator, but the Tengus were able to push away the remaining Twin Blades, and that's a lot of Twin Blades, but that's also a lot of Twin Blades to have to repair. One Mirage Tank? Yeah, that is a real Mirage Tank. That's not a sudden transport or something. And, well, Harvester going down, again, down from 10 refineries. Well, I guess he's only got 8 working refineries now. Now that these 2 harvesters are dead, I guess he's got 7 working refineries. A measly 7 working refineries. Fear, on the other hand, wow, how does Fear have 10k per minute? That's crazy. 2, 3. Oh, he had 10k per minute. I'm not sure that he still has 10k per minute. He's about to have a lot less income per minute. Yeah, okay. He's dropping. His income per minute is dropping as the Twin Blades find some more targets. That cash back protocol is a very nice thing to boost your income for a moment. A couple of more Shoguns going to be going down. 2 more Shoguns. 3 more Shoguns might be eliminated. Not a lot of anti-air here. The Tengus are extremely slow to respond. They literally don't care. Those Tengus are just hanging out back at home. They were not angled toward those Twin Blades. Every Shogun has gone down, but the Twin Blades weren't told to retreat immediately towards the Bullfrogs, so several Twin Blades get eliminated. Those Tengus honestly could have sacrificed themselves to kill the Twin Blades, and depending on how much cash is in the bank, which for ANF, actually, he doesn't have very much cash in the bank at all. Unlike Fear. Fear has 20 grand in the bank, just float. Cryocopters are here in good numbers. That's a lot of Mirages out front of this, out front of those war factories. And yeah, GreenAlert pulled back into his shell, kind of hiding away in the corner and getting a massive number of Cryocopters. That's how you win the game against someone who has way more money than you. And at this point, because A&F has taken so much economic damage, he's actually only 20k? Yeah, he's only 20k ahead of Fear and GreenAlert in total resources gathered. He was way further ahead than that, but he lost his 10 refineries. He's down to just 6 refineries. Pathetic. That's what GreenAlert has 4 refineries and 3 oil derricks. It's almost the same. 1, none. 2, 3, 2 working refineries? Wow, 2 working refineries and an oil derrick. GreenAlert is now leading the map in income. Cryocopters getting some more freeze rays down. A&F. He had so much money at one point, but it's been lost over time. Gone into the ground, into all of the graves of all of his soldiers. This is still a massive army. Tengus are going to have to go for the transform. They may try and hunt down those cryocopters, but with this many IFVs, you really do need... Oh, the Cryogeddon is massive! Absolutely perfect in the middle of this entire army, and the Tengus are going to drive back into it, just wasting themselves. This is IFVs, or these IFVs are going to have a heyday with all of these frozen targets. It's like an ice cream aisle with all of the freezers. This army is obliterated. Well, that was 20k worth of units that just got wiped off of the map, so I guess things are pretty equal between all of these players. A&F's income advantage does not exist anymore. IFVs and Cryocopters, that's a game-winning combination. GreenAlert going to be able to kill off A&F's army. Fear and GreenAlert, neither one of them has the ability to kill A&F by themselves, but together they actually do. A&F lost almost his entire naval armada to Twin Blades from Fear. And then he lost his entire ground army to GreenAlert. Huge damage done by GreenAlert and Fear. A&F's 10 income economy nowhere near what it once was. Nice shrink on that multi-gunner IFV to escape. And sentry bombers as well. The distinct line of explosive scorch marks on the ground. And now GreenAlert with a low power chronosphere. Oh, GreenAlert. You only have 4 refineries, 3 oil derricks. 5 refineries? Yeah, 5 refineries, 3 oil derricks. You need that 6th refinery. Otherwise, what are you even doing? Not even playing the game if you don't have 6 refineries. Oh, poor ANF. Only 4 refineries, no oil derricks. Might be worth trying to retake those and these. I feel like these 2 on the ground would be reasonably safe to grab. And ANF really needs to rebuild that army. 20k in the bank. Wow, Fear. I didn't realize Fear sitting on 20k. I don't know what you do with that 20k. If you just pump it into Twin Blades, if you try to build up a big navy, and you go for massive water power. Last shot, didn't get the kill. Oh! That range! That range is insane! Right on the edge of the range and low power mode. Sell off the Spectrum Tower. Do it. Command hub targeted, surrounded by those Tengus, just furiously firing away at it. Not able to really do anything. Yeah, what do you do with 21k if you're Fear? I feel like Twin Blades are sort of the safest option. Cryogeddon really just grabs Tank Busters and Imperial Warriors, and I mean, hey, that is something, but that's not the brunt of this army. Strikers, Tengus, King Onis, the Imperial Warriors, and the Tank Busters. Those are really the icing on the cake, so to speak. Well, there goes that Peacekeeper, cut down by the lasers of the Tank Busters. GreenAlert is in a pretty good spot. His income has been pretty good for a while. He has a massive army because he's been spending all that money. If Fear was on the outside of one of these locations and not in the middle, I would feel a lot better for Fear. But because Fear is surrounded by enemies and is always going to be fighting out, doesn't have a lot of space, that worries me about Fear. Although Fear does have 23k in the bank. So Fear can lose a lot and then still rebuild. Oh, no, that's just a rock. I thought that was a Mirage tank for sure, but no, it's actually just a rock. And, well, there goes the Spectrum Tower. And there goes the Command Hub. IFVs are going to chase. But, you know, those IFVs, they're not that scary. When you've got all that water, you can retreat over. All right, who's going to try and make the first move? It's the War of the Artillery. Wave Force Artillery, they have that premature fire that they can do. They can land those shots, get themselves a harvester kill. A couple of Imperial Warriors charging up the hill. 20 seconds until the Chronosphere. 3 minutes 40 until the next Psionic Decimator ready to go. So, you know, maybe you can send a couple of these Wave Force Artillery out to the water. 6 minutes until the Vacuum Imploder. 3 minutes until the Iron Curtain. But for now, the Wave Force Artillery just making their way. I feel like it's going to be here. Grab that cluster. They back up. There it is. Onto the ridge, but he doesn't get all of them. And nothing lands for the Sentry Bombers. Would have been amazing if he dropped to Tanya and she just walked through the whole line, cleaning everything up. But I think I think the Chopper VXs would get her on the way down. Cryocopters getting pushed back. One of them sniped. Mirage tank sent to the front line, and I guess you just shrink stuff down, and then you move over top of it. It's going to be a lot of Tengus coming in, and no freeze to keep everything in place. But the Wave Force Artillery don't get defended by the Tengus. The Tengus, I thought for sure they were going to transform and body block for everything else to escape, but no. The Mirage is just to get to blast the army. And so if the IFVs can deal with the choppers, then the Mirages can deal with the Tengus. One tank buster underground. All right, King Oni leads the charge, and everyone abandons him. He gets a couple of IFVs, but that's all he gets. And of course, the pace of the game slows down when you hit those depleted refineries. And also when you find yourself in a bit of a stalemate. Oh, no. Oh, okay, he's going for the money crate. I guess that's worth it. Yeah, that's worth it. Now get back to work! One tank buster is a spy. The Peacekeeper gets out of the way of everyone else. Yeah, that King Oni, his life for the Empire. Karma Wolf says he tackles one Mirage tank and then he dies. I mean, that's a lot of firepower. But yeah, that was his purpose in life, was killing that one single Mirage tank. He's got sent back in time just to deal with that one Mirage. Ultra torpedoes to clear out the Dolphins. And then they just leave. They're like, all right, we've done our job. Cryocopters going to be freezing down anything and everything that they can. Dolphins get the surround on the Akula subs, and then they leave. They're like, this is not our fight. We don't care. We don't even have a naval yard anymore. What do we care? Iron Curtain is ready to go. What do you use it on? Use it to kill the Dolphins? Maybe. Use it to save your subs? Chronosphere is ready as well. And less than 10 seconds until the next Psionic Decimator. Yeah, if GreenAlert could see this, maybe he would try and grab a chunk of these Tengus. Honestly, if he could see anything, send the Tengus right here. Send one of your opponent's units into another opponent's units. I love the walls, the double, almost triple walls on this vacuum imploder. 2 minutes until the vacuum imploder. Sonic Decimator here could be massive, but or here. Get the MiGs, get the crane, get a bunch of the twin blades. We'll see where it's actually used. GreenAlert doesn't have the units on hand to stop this attack. Although maybe he does, because this Cryogeddon is going to catch everything on the ground. IFV's rushing forward, hoping to grab all of those units. The Tengus are going to come in for the big transform on top of everything. And the Sentry, the Precision Bomber, gets a chunk of that aircraft, or of those infantry. And the Tengus getting caught in the sky. What is going on here? He has to wait until the transform timer times out, but they've got too many Tengus, I guess, to transform everything at once, and now they're just ground air units, which I don't know what that means, but hey, you see things you've never seen before sometimes in these subscriber replays. GreenAlert possibly going to get dumpstered just by two teams at once, IFVs and Apollos versus MiGs and Twin Blades. And I think the numbers are on Fear's side, but it also depends on these attack angles, because Apollos will run out of ammo and the MiGs can counter them. But the Twin Blades, you know, they can't fight against IFVs forever. If you have enough IFVs, you win that fight. IFVs do massive damage to aircraft. Sonic Decimator still ready to go. Bullfrogs not engaging in that fight. Chronosphere ready to go. Iron Curtain ready to go. I mean, if you could Iron Curtain air units, then you could Iron Curtain the Twin Blades. Although I guess you could, if you were fast enough, you could give the load infantry command to all of the Twin Blades so that they all drop, and then Iron Curtain them when they're on the ground. Vacuum Imploder now ready. This would be a pretty good spot on top of all of those IFVs. I'm not sure if he has vision of that. Maybe try and get the cryocopters. Oh, that would be massive on top of that MCV as well. Get a bunch of the IFVs, get a bunch of the Mirage tanks, get the Athena cannon. Vacuum Imploder instead, on top of the Empire units, gets a Naval Yard, I'm guessing, and then some Tengus, some choppers, Sonic Decimator ready to go. No scout, though. Send out 2 Tengus. Just send them across the map, see how much scouting they actually get done. Sentry Bombers get tagged. Number of Bullfrogs there ready and waiting to go. Just clearing out buildings. Doesn't want to have any spot for, I don't know, Tanya to hide or something. Iron Curtain on top of the refinery. Perfect. As the Sentry Bombers head in. Proton Collider gets added on by GreenAlert. He wants to join the super weapon fray. And, you know, the Nanoswarm Hive is probably the least useful of the secondary super weapons, but it is still super useful if you know how to use it. If you know the time and the place, you can do some pretty strategically massive things. Satellites getting called in. Ultra Torpedo will help guarantee the kill on this dock. And the satellites clear out a chunk of the air units. Naval Yard gets sold off. MiGs getting cleaned up by the Apollos there in the north. Twin Blades hunting for anything and everything. Gonna clear out some of these buildings. ANF takes a couple of more expansions in the north. A couple more refinery locations. Harvester gonna run for the hill. Oh, once again, a big nothing. You can't hit those Twin Blades when they're on the move, man. You just can't do it. Tengus are going to get a massive kill streak here. A ton of Twin Blades are about to die. And how far are you going to commit to get more kills? Not that far. Okay. So that was, I don't know, maybe a dozen Twin Blades that maybe got eliminated there. But it kind of doesn't matter. When Fear has so many Twin Blades, killing off 10 doesn't really matter. IFVs ready to go. Apollos ready to go. 3 airfields worth of air units. Probably all Apollos. It is low power mode, though, for GreenAlert. He is overstretched on power. Purple, on the other hand, 1,900 total power production. He's only at 850. But that's what happens when you have 5 super reactors. He might have another one somewhere else. He might have 6 super reactors. He's got at least 5 super reactors in that cluster. Tengus are here. They will clean out all of those MiGs. I don't know what those MiGs were doing. And the Twin Blades are just going to cross in, and this is just a kill zone. MiGs will find a couple of more targets, but the Bullfrogs aren't even there, so those Tengus could have chased further. Those Tengus could have chased all the way to here. They would have killed a massive number of Twin Blades. But of course, you don't know that. You don't know that the Tengus or that the Twin Blades are undefended. Those Tengus could have cleaned up a huge section of those Twin Blades. And this is where, when you've got that, the scanner sweep from the Allies, that can be so valuable to scout locations, scout out the map for super weapon usage. GreenAlert. Oh, there's the split. But a bunch of these are just trapped in the corner. A little bit of cash back here for Fear. A couple of these IFVs are right on the edge. Ultra Torpedoes firing off. Trying to clear up these water locations. Fear doesn't have any kind of massive navy or anything. He's just got enough Akula subs that he can keep an eye basically anywhere on the water. He can keep an eye and have Ultra Torpedoes close by. Because when you've got this many... When you've got this many Akula subs, your Ultra Torpedo timings are, you know, fast enough. They reset quickly enough. And no one is building anything to counter him. Everyone else is focused on ground and air. So Fear doesn't have a massive navy, but he's the man with one eye in the land of the blind. A little bit of naval power wins against none at all. Wow. Chronosphere? Chronosphere canceled. He lost his opportunity. He had an opportunity there to get both of the Wave Force artillery. Oh, can still get them if he's got vision. They've stopped moving. Bonk them into the water. Twin Blades moving out once again. IFVs are ready for them. Something getting called onto them. Magnetic Singularity. And it's going to be cryocopters here as well, but of course they don't do anything versus anything. Apollos are going to be showing up a little bit late to the party. War Factory has already died. Chronosphere used to save the MCV. Nicely done there by GreenAlert, or save something. Come to think of it, I don't know what he saved. Bullfrogs versus Apollos. The Bullfrogs win that fight, but the Apollos have thinned out the herd for sure. The Akula subs get forced back, and now finally the Naval Yard can be get back to its work, and it's just going to be targeted down. The Ultra Torpedoes are here. The Iron Curtain has saved these Akula subs. Do they have the firepower to actually get the kill? And no, he tried to use the kamikaze charge, but it just doesn't do anything. Now he's going to come back up, and he might actually be able to finish off this Naval Yard before the Wave Force Tower can get him. The tower's good, but it's not good enough. Satellites, okay, he was hoping that the aircraft would fly back over there. Proton Collider on top of everything. Satellite drop to force away that Wave Force Tower. And the scanner sweep afterwards. And if the Wave Force Tower doesn't get rebuilt, then the Ultra Torpedo... Okay, he is going to rebuild the Wave Force Tower. That is good for ANF. Wow, that Mirage tank makes it all the way into the corner. Sonic Decimator once again ready. Is he going to try for the third time to hit moving targets? Maybe. Maybe. Fear needs to scout the map. He needs, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 Tengus to just go and see as deep into enemy territory as he can. And maybe, like, approach from this kind of an angle. Try and get eyes into different parts of the map. Because ANF just doesn't know where the good targets are to use the Psionic Decimator. Which is why he's using it on areas where he does have vision. To try and, get some kind of use out of it. But he's just not landing those big shots. Ultra Torpedoes. Once again going to fire off. Tengus will find a couple of kills here, but there's the transform as the Twin Blades show up. The Tengus are on the wrong attack mode. And, well, that's going to be 1, 2 dead docks. The Strikers are here to get some damage done, but the Twin Blades escape again. Bullfrogs, they're on the water to guard. 2.5 minutes until the vacuum imploder. Sonic Decimator ready to go, but it's just about finding that correct target. Tengus always trying to push something away. Not a lot of commando usage in this one, unfortunately. I would love to see, Tanya Chronosphere behind enemy lines. Stick her in a Riptide, stick her in an IFV or something. Send her, I don't know, over here. Get maybe the Psionic Decimator, even if you don't get anything else. Proton Collider 4 minutes away. Chronosphere ready to go. Yari Minisubs back out onto the map. And, they are going to take a good chunk of health away. Tengu's just diving on these Twin Blades. Who cares about the Psionic Decimator? We have got Tengu's. And the MiGs get cleaned up. Somewhat accidentally as he targets all of those super reactors. And if you don't have balloon bombs, you need to do something. Because this is almost a chain reaction of super reactors that you could send in. Yeah, the buildings didn't get cleared. So those probably have flak troopers inside of them. But at least now the threat has been neutralized. The Twin Blades have been eliminated, and Fear no longer has 20k in the bank to rebuild that army with. ANF is now the highest earner in terms of income per minute, partially due to these undepleted ore mines. Chronosphere sends them into the middle of a bunch of Mirage tanks to get the kills, and that's actually 3 heroic Mirage tanks as well. Yeah, when you've got units that can go on water, you either have to send them on top of buildings, on top of, terrain like that. Probably drop them on top of his own power plant, because the Mirage tanks were also there. Hey, Poppy. Welcome to the subscriber replays stream. Sentry Bomber's now moving out. Every player still has a shot at this. A&F maybe is in the best position. He has a strong army, and he has the best income. But everyone still has a chance. Sentry Bombers find another target. Yuriko has been spotted. No Vindicators, no Cryocopters to quickly defeat her. And the Apollos go for a scout. More and more space revealed by the Apollos. GreenAlert will have vision of, a recent scout of most of the map by the time he loops back around to his own base. Couple of Terror drones. Are they also going for a scout? 1 minute until the Proton Collider, but the Vacuum Imploder is ready to go. Again, if he could see some of these areas, he could find a good target for that Vacuum Imploder. "45 seconds until the Proton Collider is ready to go." Toxins on top of those. Wow, plane just crashed into the camera. Toxins on top of that naval yard location. Yeah, Vacuum Imploder in that corner a moment ago, but there's no way that Fear would have had vision of that. Fear looking for some spot, some good place to use it. On top of the IFVs would also be good, but again, you don't necessarily realize what's there. On top of the Cryocopters, that would be value. Oh, yeah, if he would have used that and then baited the Apollos in, what could have been. But Chronosphere's ready. Proton Collider is ready. Lots of super weapons timing out. 2 minutes until the Psionic Decimator is back online, or back and ready to use. Vacuum Imploder onto the refineries. He got the Scout, and he's also got a little bit of the cash back. That was okay. He made like 1,500 off of that Vacuum Imploder. Proton Collider ready to go. And also GreenAlert is slowly chipping away at everything that it can with this Athena cannon. Won't rank up. Still just single veteran. Hasn't gone elite or anything yet. But this Athena cannon slowly and surely chipping away at everything. Another big transform. It's going to be a bunch of, well, the satellite drop will get the guaranteed kill regardless. And this refinery needs to get out of there so he doesn't die to the splash damage. Proton Collider fired off somewhere. Where would you use a Proton Collider? Not here? Must have used it on the Soviet base somewhere. I don't know. It wasn't of particular consequence. Chopper VXs. That's a lot of Apollos. Could transform half of the choppers probably. Once you get up close and personal. Leave the others to deal with the IFV. The Athena. Final squadron gets called in. Tengu's going to give chase. Oh, Cryogeddon and a precision bomber, but not enough. Mecha Bay survives, and that's the tier 3 Mecha Bay as well, so that's a pretty massive target. Yep, that's the tier 3 Mecha Bay. Harvester also survives, not that that really gets you anything, but, you know, that survives. All right, Sonic Decimator ready to go. What does Red even have vision of? To decimate. Use it on the super reactors again and then not be able to kill them off. Iron Curtain on the Bullfrogs to chase cryocopters? I'm not sure. Toxins, Magnetic Singularity, not quite the combo that you want. You don't usually use the Toxins until you've got the units trapped with the Magnetic Singularity, because otherwise they just drive away, and now you've reset 2 of your support powers for nothing. There's the Scout. Tengu's looking for a target. Oh, that's a lot of terror drones. I mean, killing off all of these terror drones would be one way to get some value out of it. Targets the MCV War Factory. Oh, the triple airfield. Yeah, that was like 3 or 4 airfields that got eliminated there. Some Mirage tanks as well. That was actually a pretty good use of that Sonic Decimator. More naval yards being targeted. Tier 3 naval yard. Gonna get taken out by the Twin Blades and the satellite drop. There it is. Yeah, Twin Blades need to finish it off. One more volley of rockets. Oh, barely survives. You almost have to suicide the Twin Blades now. Oh, does he have something else? What is he calling in? Oh! Okay. that's one way to do it. Wow, he really hated that. I feel like you give up 4 Twin Blades. You kill the 4 Twin Blades and get the kill. Vacuum implode something else. Yeah, if he had known just south of that location, if he had known all of those Tengus were clumped up like that, that would have been massive. Proton Collider is ready. Where do you even use it, though? Proton Collider, I mean, if you have a follow-up, you can use it against, like, right here would be good. If you could follow up and get the super reactors, actually kill them off, that could be massive. Ah, gets a couple of power plants, get the Empire mainframe. Nanotech mainframe eliminated. Not bad. Freezes, a bunch of stuff. Big 3 are still in it. They're still in it to win it. Approaching the 1 hour mark for this single game. Precision Bomber was perfect that time. Gets the refinery, gets the war factory as well. Forces the sell-off there. Refinery always looking for a new location. Can't believe how long all of these super weapons have survived. And all of the terror drones get rifted. What is the plan here? Send 1 Mirage tank? I don't think that's going to work. I guess, yeah, oh, well. I was going to say, I guess the Mirage tank gets infected and then you just kill all of the rest of the terror drones, but Iron Curtain terror drones, it is a powerful thing. They definitely wanted these IFVs to free up the space for the Twin Blades, but they're not quite going to get them all. Yeah, and then once the repairs come online, you'll be able to clear out all of these terror drones. But for the current moment, Magnetic Singularity. It almost worked out. And the Toxins. Almost, but again, it didn't. Twin Blades. Oh, the Twin Blades will get the MCV. They get the kill. Those last couple of bullets crossing time and space to get the kill. Eureka. How many Ultra Torpedoes can she eat? The answer is basically 1. But the juggling has started. She joined the circus for a reason. A world-class juggler. Oh, no, he turned. He Ultra Torpedoed in the wrong direction. But the twin blades are here, and that's too many twin blades to juggle. Goodbye to Eureka. The Tengus were too late. Eureka's been dead for an hour. The Tengus are like, all right, we're here. We're ready. Sonic Decimator. Another dead naval yard. Forces the cell. Yeah, I don't know. Sonic Decimator, and then in only 20 seconds, the vacuum imploder is ready, so. Goodbye to the choppers. Nope, they all escape. Refinery goes down. Not much more than that. MCV gets rifted to save it. And the twin blades get torn apart by the Apollos. Chase them down! Chase them down! There's nothing on the ground! Don't give up! Yeah, got them all! Got them all. You need something else if you want to win. Not just twin blades. Where did that vacuum imploder go? I don't know. No? I don't know. Vacuum imploded something. I can't see the hole in the map that it created, so. I guess maybe it was on the MCV. That did the first part of the damage. These bullfrogs. They're like, if that MCV just went up a little bit, we could get the kill. Twin blade! Nice. That twin blade's a hero. Hero of the people right there. And he survives! There were 40 IFVs gunning for me. 40? I thought you said it was 30. 40 IFVs gunning for me. Now that would be a massive target for the vacuum imploder if only he knew. Alright, where do you use the psionic decimator? Where do you do it? Tengus, get the scout. Keep scouting, man. There's like no flack. Find the juiciest target. Proton Collider is ready as well. Bullfrog's getting targeted. Fear has 14k in the bank. He's afraid to spend it. Sonic Decimator, you know, I don't know. Maybe you use it to try and chunk out some of these buildings so that the Tengus and the choppers can actually get the kills. The Bullfrog, the Iron Curtain Bullfrog, a classic. Try and send them over where they have a harder time navigating the terrain. Or yeah, body block with the Tengus. Chronosphere is ready. Proton Collider for one refinery? One refinery, one power plant? I think that was it. I think he used a Proton Collider on one refinery and one power plant. A depleted refinery, too. Was there anything else here? I only see the outlines of the refinery and the power plant. Magnetic Singularity! Miss every time. And until the Sea Wings drive into it, but I guess it didn't matter. Alright, GreenAlert has rebuilt his army. Half of his unit count is just Apollos. Oh, he chrono rifted all of the infantry. I mean, if he can close it, well, I don't know. Can the infantry burst down the Mirage tanks? That's a lot of tank busters. They might be able to burst down the Mirage tanks. We'll see. Nope. Sonic Decimator on top of the Mirage is going to miss mostly everything, but he gets the Mirages, gets a couple of IFVs as well, misses all of the Apollos. Chronosphere is ready. IFVs are going to break down a couple of these refineries. Let's see, 5 grand in that organ. Oh, 15k in that one. Yeah, most of these refinery nodes are dead. 20k in that one. That is worth. I'm not sure if the game state has advanced or reverted from 10 minutes ago. Oh, we ticked over the 1 hour mark. Yeah. I'm not sure what's happened either. I did not look at... Well, I guess I can't... I don't have the tool on my computer to check the actual length of the replay before I jump in. I can do that with Command Post for Kane's Wrath, but I did not realize this was going to be an hour-long game. Bullfrogs tag the Apollos. Chronosphere is ready. Iron Curtain is ready. Vacuum Imploder is ready. Vacuum Imploder on top of the refineries. Oh, yeah, that's a good spot, actually. That's 25 grand in those two locations, and the refinery is immediately in there to replace it. All right. Red and green. It's Christmas time. Fight! No! He went for the transform. Cryogeddon IFVs are going to get a couple of kills here. Cryocopter is going to move in to help get the kills on these Tengus. Chopper VXs move into position. Everyone runs away. Chrono Rift on top of the army. What do you do if you're GreenAlert? Okay, you've Chrono Rifted the army, but now what? Your Proton Collider isn't ready. You know, maybe you could time it out that you have the Proton Collider land. Oh, okay, so he Chronospheres and then he Precision Bombs. All right, so that was actually a similar idea. Chronosphere, Precision Bomb. This heroic Mirage tank. Refinery eventually goes down. Iron Curtain could save these Bullfrogs. Magnetic Singularity misses all of the Tengus. Once again, Natasha goes for a snipe. One Tengu gets drawn in by the Magnetic Singularity. Everything else misses. That V4 got a massive shot. Kills a couple of Tengus. All right. Is it green and purple versus red? Ooh, that's a tier 3 dojo that just got knocked down. Green gives up. GreenAlert's like, not today. Which I just realized. Oh, wait. Oh, no, okay. GreenAlert did choose his color. I thought I had auto recolor on, but GreenAlert actually did choose his color, so. That's that. Tengus go for the transform. They can finally kill that Mirage. No, they can't. They can't even kill the Mirage tank. Proton Collider lands, killing a decent... Whoa! Whoa! What was that? Was that a glitch? Was that a replay bug? I don't know. Proton Collider landed and took a chunk out of those Tengus and Strikers, but they were like exploding far away from where the Proton Collider actually hit. I don't know if that was a replay bug or not. Refinery. Both of them eliminated. Twin Blades going for another refinery. Get a couple of rank ups. Migs, are you close? No, it's Bullfrogs. Bullfrogs to ward away the Twin Blades. We're approaching 1 minute 10, and there's still 3 players in this game. Oh, the Apollos. Sonic Decimator. If only he knew. If only he knew. All of those Twin Blades sitting on top of a crane, a juicy target. Can the Apollos re-engage? Oh, they're rifted away? No, I guess not. They're not going to. They're just going to get saved from the Bullfrogs. Oh, it's going to be the Cryogeddon. Tried to get them with the Cryogeddon. Precision Bomber might get 3. Gets 3. Hey, chip. Sometimes that's how you win the game. You chip away at things like a sculptor. Chronosphere. Onto the island. Love it. Doesn't matter that didn't actually kill them. Just got them away from the target. Saved that. Oh, Tengus. Bullfrogs. Oh, the Apollos trap them. It's in between a rock and a hard place, out of the frying pan and into the fire where you burn alive because, well, the Bullfrogs got you. But the Tank Buster Surprise is the hit back. I love that. Gets the Chronosphere, takes away the Tengus. So then the Tank Buster Surprise gets called in to deal with the remaining buildings. And there were no actual units sent to reinforce this area, so kind of didn't matter. All right, Bullfrogs and Twin Blades. They're going to make a break for it. They're hoping to burst down that Proton Collider, and they'll get it. Right on the edge of the base there. Gets eliminated. IFVs get some massive kills, though. Trim down that number of Twin Blades. 2.5k per minute is the biggest income amount. Vacuum Imploder on top of the airfield gets some of the Apollos as well. Gets some of the IFVs. Satellite. Not enough to kill the Chronosphere, but does clear out a couple of those buildings. Less to worry about if you're the Soviet player. And, yeah. There is a path for the Twin Blades to take. I don't know that they'll actually find it. But there's a path that they could theoretically take to get the kill on that Chronosphere. They're actually just going to go over top of the IFVs, which sort of gives your opponent maximum time to respond, but it just doesn't matter when you've got enough Twin Blades to make it through. You won't necessarily escape, but you'll make it through. 3 Twin Blades. Escape. Three Twin Blades make it out, and in like 1 minute, in basically 1 minute, GreenAlert has... Oh, okay, so it's taking the normal amount of time. In basically 1 minute, GreenAlert has lost both of his super weapons and a chunk of his army. One more Twin Blade goes down. One heroic Twin Blade survives. Chrono Rift to hold everything in place. What's going to move in there? Nothing? Yeah, so maybe he Cryogeddon's at the end? Yep, Cryogeddon. That's the plan. Iron Curtain is ready, though. Gets 5 of the Bullfrogs. The others are in the corners, so kind of not a great spot for a precision bomb, but IFVs can take at least 2 of them. Maybe 3? Maybe the heroic IFV has the range to take a 3rd. Precision bomber? Oh, that's a heroic Bullfrog, too. And the tank busters kill the Peacekeeper. Gets a terror drone out of it, too. Everyone is just chilled out. They're all like, yeah, we don't have anywhere to go. We're fine. Sentry bombers come in, clear out another refinery. 2 refineries. These same 2 refineries keep getting repeatedly sentry bombed. They keep getting bombed out of existence. Chronosphere and Proton Collider a little bit further back. So not as easy for Twin Blades to just rush in there and get the kill. Oil Derrick still on the map. I think that's the only oil derrick still on the map, because there used to be one here. That's where the MCV is hiding. Yeah, the only oil derrick on the map. Clicking away for fear. And I mean, this late in the game, that actually represents a significant portion of his income. Grinder. Grind down all of your extra units. You get good cash for it. I mean, we're so late in the game that fear actually, it's worth doing. He's setting up the grinder economy. If you have the mass production upgrade, then units cost the same amount to produce as you get back from the grinder. So it's essentially net zero. But when you have the Terror Drone Surprise upgrade, every 1 in, I don't know, 5 or 6 units will generate a Terror Drone. So your regular units, you're getting $0 from. You're spending 0, you're getting 0. Then a Terror Drone spawns, and that gets crushed as well. That's your profit. It's not a good strategy, but it is an economy. What is this? Precision bomber. Misses. Big miss. But Mirage tanks can kill an incredible number of units. Misses the Mirage. Yep. Misses the Mirage, but the Strikers can get it. Multi-gunner turrets go down. No, the Apollos show up massive from the Apollo. And now it's going to be the Cryogeddon on top of everything. Hopefully the Mirage doesn't drive into it, freeze himself. There we go. Only 3 tank busters remain, and the timer hasn't reset. Well, okay, I say that, and it actually had reset on the choppers. Iron Curtain to save the refinery. gets the harvester as well, so you can keep on working. All 4 sentry bombers dropped their bombs and essentially got nothing for it. Vacuum imploder is ready to go. Here's the scout as the bears are looking for a target. Could go for this cluster of 3. Oh, he wants the sentries. He gets them! All 4 of them freeze for a moment and are drawn backwards into death and destruction. That was 9 grand down the drain. Maybe he got a power plant as well. Maybe it was a little bit more. But 2 grand for each sentry bomber. Oh, nice use. Chrono Rift. Bingo bongo. Nothing done. But sentry bombers are 2 grand plus 1 grand for the airfield. Actually, I think airfields are like 20 bucks, so maybe not. But yeah, 9 grand down the drain there with that vacuum imploder. Excellent use of that vacuum imploder, especially this late in the game. 9 grand. I mean, GreenAlert, that takes him almost 3 minutes to rebuild. He's at 2.5k per minute. You know, maybe he sells a couple of things off, but 9 grand is significant. He can build 1 sentry bomber per minute and something else. That's his income situation. It is not a quick rebuild. Although he does have 1,700 in the bank, so, you know. It's not a perfect math, but it is math. All right. Chronosphere ready. Proton Collider was just used somewhere. What did he proton collide? Ah, cleared up a refinery. Yeah, got a refinery, forced the rebuild. Wow, 1 hour, 20 minutes. It feels like we are still no closer. Wave Force artillery goes down. A couple of twin blades maybe go down. Eureka Omega finds a couple of kills. Dreadnought with the Iron Curtain. Activate that speed mode. Forces the sell-off. $625 cash back for the Soviet player as well. Yep. He might get the Tier 3 War Factory. Wave Force artillery is going to have time for like maybe 1 shot. Yeah, he gets 1 shot and then the Mecha Bay dies. Second shot kills the Dreadnought, but not enough time. Wave Force. Oh, we got a little bit of nope. Missed it all. Dreadnought, you can run, you can hide. Eureka is going to... Oh, the Ultra Torpedo timing missed. It was close, and now she can dodge. Dodge and weave. Don't walk back into the Dreadnought fire. Oh, almost. Oh, does it? Walks into the Dreadnought fire, and the Akula gets the finisher. That was somewhat unsuspecting. Twin blades. Oh, no, you can't stay here. You cannot stay here. Yeah, those choppers are insane. The strikers, especially when they're heroic. 4 heroic strikers and a double vet and a single. Okay, don't transform, though. You're amazing. I don't think you're that amazing to take on that many bullfrogs in one go. Chronosphere ready. Proton Collider, 2.5 minutes away. 1 minute on the vacuum imploder. Sonic Decimator has not been rebuilt. A and F. He's about to cross the 400k mark for total resources gathered. But he might not actually get it. He's less than 3 grand away from 400k. Does he have no... He's got 1 refinery here. Oh, he sells it off. Is he out? He's out of the game? Fire sale? Yeah, he's got his MCV. That's it. ANF has been defeated. GB 6001, welcome. English name. Oh, you thought we would have been... Who thought you would have choked someone out with economy at this point, but... Yeah, we've been circling the drain for a long time, and technically the economy never runs out here in Red Alert 3. You've always got a little bit of something. Oil derrick just got blown up. Green Alert versus Fear. 1 hour, 22 minutes. It's more about who can even stay awake at this point. Game state has moved. We're down to 2 players in this FFA. Bullfrogs are going to get some free kills here. Apollo's trying to hunt these twin blades. Magnetic Singularity gets called in. Vacuum Imploder as well. The hope was to catch all of those IFVs, but it just didn't happen. What is that? 1 bullfrog? Yep, 1 bullfrog. Twin blades move in, but they don't get an MCV. They just die. You might just have to sacrifice the twin blades. Oh, Chronosphere! Where did he Chronosphere it? Down here. Right next to the engineer. Right next to the barracks. You could have watched a romantic comedy or a Pixar movie in the amount of time that this game has been running. In another 30 minutes, you could have watched almost any movie, any feature film that's been released in the last, like, 20 years. Dune and Avatar, those are the ones you can't get. The long Marvel stuff. That MCV, that engineer just waiting to jump inside. Give me the order. Send me in, boss. Proton Collider on top of the refinery and saves the refinery, not the harvesters. Harvesters go down. All 2 refineries survive. Send me in, coach. I'm ready. I can do it. Terror Drone is going to inadvertently kill the engineer. MCV is going to be unable to heal, although he could heal it up off of that crate. But, you know, not until the Terror Drones are gone. Barry Habsburg, 96. Thank you for the sub. I don't know why you would sub during this game. You just want something to happen. You go for the sub just so that anything happens. Something at all. Anything. An Athena Cannon to kill everything else off. 2 Twin Blades. I don't think you can take on that many IFVs. Bonk, bonk. 2 Twin Blades go down. Conyard did finally heal up to full. So at least that happened. A long time ago, I said that I was worried about Fear because Fear was surrounded. But Fear has now got 450k total resources gathered, which is up 100,000 over Green Alert. Green Alert is at 355k. Please tell me this is a Tanya drop. Tanya drop! Green Alert does not like Tanya. But I just want to see Tanya drop in here and go bingo. Drop in here and go bingo, bongo, bingo, bingo, Django, Unchained, bingo, night. Get the crane as well. Apollos are chasing down Twin Blades. Terror Drones are there to watch. Terror Drones giving the ground acne. Giving the ground, I don't know, pores that are dirty. It's not just one game, it's a campaign. You might be right. I was looking at because I have videos on my channel that are each of the Red Alert 3 campaigns. Oh, here we go. Onto the island. Couple of Mirage tanks, couple of IVs, right into a Tesla coil, and right into a Magnetic Singularity. Engineer gets sniped. That engineer is there to help protect that MCV. Magnetic Singularity will draw in the MCV and bring everything else in with it. Iron Curtain, though, to save it. And, well, that's going to be 1 dead Mirage, 2 dead Mirage. Terror Drones get locked down. And finally, the Tesla coil did get eliminated, but that's 3 dead Mirages and dead IFVs as well. It's a destruction derby for that MCV, and he is the monster truck, which has just crushed everything in his path. Anyways, yeah, I was looking at the campaign lengths for Red Alert 3, and the Red Alert 3 campaigns, when you just like edit the videos, you know, cut it down, it's like 3 hours each. They're right around the 3-hour mark of like gameplay plus cinematics. So this is half a campaign. It's so much later. I thought I was going to be done. This stream was at like 4 hours when I started this game, and we're about to crack 5.5. Terror drones onto the outside. What have you been hoping for? Sentry bombers have also been incredibly useful in this game. Vacuum imploder. Land it on the sentry bombers. I know he doesn't have vision, but he needs to get vision of which airfield has the sentry bombers, because they are a thorn in his side. Oh, and it's here. Yeah, vacuum implode right there in the middle. Get both of the airfields. Get the multi-gunners. Get the sentry bombers. Oh, one of them's heroic too. It would be massive. I mean, he doesn't have vision of that, but it would be massive. Terror drones get 1, 2 infects. Potentially, that could be enough to chain into the other ones. I didn't get a good look at the health bars when they entered. But, cryocopters helping to find the targets. Terror drone! Almost. Oh, gets the chain infect. And, well, that is going to be a sacrificed terror drone, a sacrificed IFV to get the kill. Vacuum imploder is ready, but proton collider is only 17 seconds away. And that is 2 sentry bombers, which are escaping the vacuum imploder. Iron curtain 10 seconds away. So depending on where that proton collider is used, that's Natasha targeting an MCV that gets... Oh, she goes through the ice from beyond the grave. And the proton collider smashes everything else. Truly beyond the grave. That was a rage proton collider. Vacuum imploder. Where was it? Oh, it's on the corner. War factory in the corner. I don't know if that's worth, but it's something. Would be amazing if that war factory survived. Hey, gets the war factory. So we'll do a quick look. No war factory here. War factory here, so you can rebuild the MCV. You did nothing. Iron curtain on the terror drones. They can at least lock down. That's a massive lockdown. Biggest stasis you've ever seen in your life. Bullfrog doesn't get the second cryocopter. The 18th cryocopter. But he gets everything else. Fear. Fear is what he will give you. Oh yeah, you could definitely speedrun the Red Alert 3 campaign in this time. Unless you mean all 3 campaigns, in which case I don't know what the speedrun times are for the Red Alert 3 campaigns. It's about 9 hours if you play through them all normally, plus cinematics. But if you speedrun, you're skipping all of the cinematics. You're skipping all of the movies. Probably. You could probably speedrun all 3 campaigns in 90 minutes. Because I know a couple of the missions have some very short... They have some very short run times if you're speedrunning them. Satellites are going to get the 2 heroic IFVs. And the MCV emerges into the toxins, into the destruction of a satellite drop. An orbital downpour. And he's like, wow! That's what we're here for? But the thing about killing the MCV is it also denies the cryogeddon. It denies all of your support powers. So killing the MCV is worth it in that sense. Almost no matter what. Both players have stabilized around 2.5k per minute of income. Oh, you want custom-made FMVs just for this game? There have been a couple of really cool plays in this game. Maybe I will end up uploading it. For most of this game, I was thinking I wouldn't upload it. I don't know. It might be worth uploading to the channel just because there are a couple of legitimately very entertaining parts. But I just feel like I'm wasting people's time with a 90-minute game that has like 20 minutes of action in it. Maybe 30 minutes of action. Chrono Rift. War Factory did get eliminated. Twin Blades are here. Vacuum Imploder has 2 minutes. Proton Collider also has 2 minutes. Precision Bomber on top of the Terror Drones, perfectly timed there. And the Chronosphere on top of the V4s into the airfield, which, you know, if that had been a little bit later, that airfield wouldn't exist. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally. Don't get on the deck! Okay, get on the deck. It actually didn't matter. The Bullfrogs are iron curtained, but the Sentry Bombers are not. And the airfield actually survived. What is this? What is he calling down? Oh, magnetic singularity onto the IFV, so the Bullfrogs can't escape. But only one IFV got magnetic singularity. They should call this game the Cold War. I don't know. This is a lot more than happened in the actual Cold War. There have been a lot of super weapon usages in this game. Although, yes, I will give you that the action per minute counter is pretty low. You can play like 2 League of Legends games in this amount of time. 2! Okay, maybe 3. I guess the average game length is probably closer to 25 minutes than 45. Proton Collider on top of the Vacuum Imploder with something else. Knock down the airfield, knock down the Vacuum Imploder. All of those beautiful walls got eliminated. Sentry Bombers came in for a bombing run as well. What was that? There was something here. Oh, it was a Mirage tank? That's a Mirage. It's a heroic Mirage. That's why it disappeared off of the map. Apollos. Okay, Chronosphere's ready. What do you even do, though? If these buildings had been eliminated, a Tanya drop could be massive. Cryo get in. Vindicator bomb splits. I guess you don't even need to because there's 2 Vindicators and there's only 3 targets that are frozen. Iron Curtain. Nicely done. All right. Refinery check. Is every ore node on the map depleted? Quite possibly, yes. Oh, 5 grand. Oh, 15. That one still has 15K. I'm going to hazard that those are depleted. 1,000. 4,000. Depleted. No way, these aren't. Yeah, these are depleted. Okay, so there's like 21K still on the map that isn't depleted. That one has 5 grand, and it's actually being used. So there is a decent amount. You can always add SpongeBob time cards. I was very confused by what you meant by that, but I get the like 4 seconds later. That thing that people do. 1 hour later. Yeah, you would almost need that. It might be worth cutting out all of the boring bits. Although some people don't like it when you cut out all the boring bits. If you cut out all the boring stuff, some people really complain. About 15% of people really complain. They go, hey, I don't like that. This one, I don't know, you could probably cut out 40 minutes and no one would notice. One single cryocopter. One cryocopter. These 4 buildings, which I have no idea what's inside there. I assume it's like 3 flak troopers each. If so, that is an incredibly powerful anti-air deterrent, especially this late in the game. It's like almost $5,000 worth of flak troopers potentially. Is that? It's the heroic Mirage tank. He chronosphered it onto the island. I don't think the bridges were ever rebuilt. 1 hour, 40-minute long game. The bridges were never rebuilt. Migs, get a kill. Second kill. Is the angle good enough? It's good enough. No, it's not. Oh, the flaks! Look at that guy. Heroic flak inside of that building. One Twin Blade is going to kill this heroic Mirage. Is it enough to make this Mirage heroic? Or to make this Twin Blade heroic? Oh, it sells off. Gives a little bit of cash back. And there's the Chrono Rift. What did he just call in? Magnetic Singularity? Toxins? Yeah, Toxins. What did he call in? That was a green. That was a green flare. The green flare is the allied player. I saw the Chrono Rift and then I saw the flare and I was like, assuming the green was the Soviet player, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know. My brain was just not working. Which is not a surprise because this game is 1 hour and 40 minutes long. Oh my gosh, there's one. Oh, get the veterancy crate. Go double heroic. Iron Curtain. Flax. Get him, get him, get him. Get him, get him. Oh, you fool. You fool. Heroic Flax. He got the veterancy crate anyways. Yeah, he emptied 2 of those buildings, so no more Flax in those buildings. The cryocopter. Is that a precision? Yep, precision bomber. If only he would have been faster. Oh, Fear found it. He's got $3,000 out of this ore mine. Oh my gosh, his income is skyrocketing from 2.5k up to 4k per minute. Sentry bombers get eliminated, but since we last checked, basically 4 refineries have been added on for GreenAlert. If he's not careful, he's going to end up with 6 refineries. Proton Collider cleans up an airfield. Tags that refinery location again. Yeah, if GreenAlert gets these 2 refineries, he's going to have 6 refineries along the southern edge of the map, which is basically 1.5 normal refineries. I believe depleted refineries do a quarter. I may be wrong about that. I think it's a quarter of a normal refinery load. Although GreenAlert probably has the free trade upgrade, which means he gets 75 per load? Yes, 75 per load. Which is more than a quarter. Not a lot more. He gets like a third. He gets in between a third and a half. Because I think a regular load of Tiberium of ore is 250. I may be misremembering. I think it's 250 and you get 75 with the free trade upgrade. But I guess Fear has mass production, which makes stuff cheaper, so... Do you want cheaper units or do you want more ore per load? I guess it ends up being very similar. Honestly, Fear should have set up the grinder economy. This game has been so incredibly long that the grinder economy would have been worth it in this game. Well, Twin Blades get chased. Finishes the vacuum imploder just in time. So close. Where's the MCV, actually? Oh, it's down here on the water. Okay. Iron Curtain is ready to go. Cryogeddon on top of the refinery. Precision bomber to get the kill. Harvester plus the refinery. And the Vindicators will drop their bombs, but you need the Sentry Bombers if you want that kill. Apollo's on Overwatch. Oh, GG! Fear has been defeated. Woo! We're done! We did it, Reddit. We survived 1 hour, 46 minutes. And look at that. Everyone stayed except for Yellow. HelloBaby is the only one who didn't stay until the end. ANF left. Wait, no. Purple. Fear 22 left 8 seconds before everyone else. So, okay, when he left the game, yeah. All right. Yeah, the flat line. That's the bug, though. That's not actually... that's just a bug. What's the resource graph look like? GreenAlert literally never crossed the end line. What were we at? 400K, 36, 665, 8 grand, 411, 397, 499, 462. Wow. 538 credits from 500K. Fier just couldn't do it. HelloBaby is the true winner. 8 minutes. The guy went on and played 10 games after that in the time that it took everyone else to finish that game. So yeah, everybody basically stayed in the game as an observer and just watched that unfold in real time. We at least had the fast forward. We could skip past some of that, but that will do it. I guess this is Sybert signing out.